served as many as 100,000 kids
It's
annually.
an easy thing to keep an eye on and have the access.
And also to maintain as a memorial.
Right.
And Facebook now will turn pages into memorials. So the percentages that we're about to start talking about are low, but
Extremely.
but like at any, even like .0 alive. And then on March 21st, 2012, a woman emailed the family claiming to have seen Rebecca in Venice. That she was 85% sure. Yeah. Turns out, that Rebecca's passport had young boys that he met along the second aisle. Officially, he was charged with molesting 9 boys, but he was also charged with 45 counts. Yeah. Safe as a young white woman, you're right.
And getting from Los Angeles to Libya is super easy.
And really, you just swim, I think. Yeah. He was vetting. Yeah. Let's circle back around and talk about just a couple things.
Personality. We've got a
Personality
situation.
type that was open to
I
the
cannot say
discussion
that
that he was
stupid
open
actor.
to,
Closed circuit
and all of them
television.
had no
So
father figure. There is closed circuit television where CCTV,
Sadly,
because I can say
very
it,
stereotypical
all over
for a predator.
And I'm of the opinion that he likely had many more victims, that there are just less CCTV but cameras. There are less cameras in crew areas than there are in passenger arears. Yeah. In the spring of 2008, Aaron Fisher, but there are a lot of areas that Sandusky wants volunteering that would be covered by Aaron.
And Aaron was a freshman.
Aaron was
Going to be in there. So that would make him what? Area of any color? 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and you're not as young as
Right.
Sandusky's relationship with Aaron had started in 2005
Cast a wider
with the
net
second
on their
mile, and it
activities.
turns out
Don't
that
try
a
and
graduate
focus
assistant
on
coach
every
in
angle.
state had witnessed Sandusky abusing boys in 2001. So it is, I guess it is possible that Joe Paterno, who was the around state headship without Paterno, to his credit, it seems, although I did report this,
He sure took his dear sweet time about
he
it.
did. He was on vacation,
like
so
the
you know,
kind of thing about the
he was about to go on vacation
But it
when he was
also
told about
notable
the
that
case, and
the
then he was
author
like,
of
"Well,
that
I'm going to go on
article
vacation,
was
then I'll come
very
back
clear
and tell
that
everybody
he
that
couldn't
Sandusky
tell
was
if that was
a
a new or a previously existing.
Oh no, he said there are cameras. Yeah. So, but the people who were above Deck 4 Promenade, which is where he originally thought that seems like they said, "Oh, I'm sure Sandusky was just forcing around there." He didn't have access to the. I mean, some of the descriptions, he would have had no like, janitor saw him or not.
See, I thought somehow he had gotten himself into the crew pool area. Okay, then I'm wrong, which is not surprising.
It's like, but that didn't, he won my ship and somebody let him in.
I think it's one of those situations where the disturbing nature of what was going on doesn't get you in there. Retelling it got sanitized more and more to the point that it was like, oh, they were just playing around in the car.
Yeah. So the two people that Joe Paterno did tell, it testified in court that all they heard was there was some forcing around happening in their shower. So they were totally clean, but it sounds like Joe Paterno's story is he told them and they said, yeah, so we'll talk about that. Either way, we'll talk about that in here. I'm telling the story. The other thing I do want to mention, the earliest documentation of Sandusky about Rebecca was in 1995, a little drunk by the but she was just getting off it. Shift, Matt, which makes you think sisters tried to commit suicide, which caused she just got when she was trying to pull Melissa Grace from Melissa and I say that she had literally just gotten done with work, and so that makes me think and actually the thing that was really interesting about this is I've read a lot of that. And that's not to say that people don't break the child protective services removed him from the house. It is true, Joe, that it's almost the only thing they can do as a crew member. This is when you're not worth coffee and he actually wrote a letter. But there are a lot of really, really harsh restrictions despite the fact. And again, I didn't work, so I don't know what. I didn't again go into too much detail on who's the young boy. But that I think is very on the cruise line that I worked for, crew members were forbidden to have a blood alcohol level above an 11-year-old boy, later known as this is for Sandusky, came forward and does apply to literally all crew. In fact, enter Ray Creekar, or the maximum. No, not into the No, obviously the higher ranking you go.
He was the district attorney at
He
the time.
entered into
Into the story.
Sorry, first mate on our ship. He was one of only 4 Americans in the crew of 900.
So you were one of the other 4?
I was one of the other 4.
I was,
And he was only allowed to drink off
Anyway,
ship and had to
the
be under
victim's mom
.02 at all times.
apparently wanted to
Well, I mean, if he's not drinking on the ship, how can he
which
be
is
0.02?
fair.
And I guess so we actually had
sober up
Dusty
before
said,
you
hey,
walk
I want
back
to talk
on.
to you about this.
on board.
The only time I was on that ship
this,
for, but either way, they arranged to talk about, and I hung out with him a lot. And the only time I ever saw him drink,
she had reported it
she reported to the police, who reported it to Greenstar.
And I understood that her confronting Sandusky was actually at the prompting
of Greek art.
Yeah, so let's see what you get.
Again, you can imagine why. Yeah, no, it absolutely was. And this was one of the things that a lot of people say about
major catastrophe.
talking about
Follow Drunky McDrunkerson over there
exactly
to the lifeboat.
Exactly. I mean,
Thinking outside the
the
box.
crew is the emergency ticket. I mean, there's no one else to help you off the ship if something goes wrong. So I think so you can't. I mean, they are like the crew is the firefighting crew, and it's not just okay. But there's some people on the ship, your 11-year-old child saying that firefighter crew is like, no, you leave your job that you're doing, your other job, and go fight that fire that's on the ship. They set up this thing where medical emergency and you're on the medical team. Yes, there are doctors on there, but there are also there's emergency medical responders, and they're selected again from all different areas of the ship. And so apparently it happens that you are super apparently drunk. Sandusky says something goes wrong, and I quote, I understand. Suddenly you're in charge of trying to get people off the ship. I know I won't get it from you. On top of that, while we're talking about liability, of course, there's the liability. But okay,
Yeah,
you
it's
get
not,
drunk and do
he
something
doesn't
stupid,
actually say
technically the ship is liable.
He
does in ways that
Yeah, there's nothing
but also
there.
nothing. Unfortunately, there's not. And yeah, you can't get drunk. You really can't get drunk on the job, and you're required to Ray decides there's not enough evidence to prosecute. So I don't think Rebecca can. I agree. I think there probably wasn't enough. Unfortunately, again,
So this is not
just
World
say
War
it's
II
gonna be this
sailor
grown
drinking
man,
stuff.
well respected in the community. It's gonna be his
Well,
work
now.
forces
Can I ask
versus an 11-year-old boy.
Well, I'm sure she probably sat down with the mother, too, and probably said, look, you know, this is going to be a high-profile case, a lot of publicity, the kid's name might not be secret. 545?
545,
And that's the hard part with any kind of situation under the name they're a watershed. Kind of like the Cosby out. One comes out,
Yeah.
everybody goes, and that didn't happen.
And then suddenly 5,000 more
and then
come out.
suddenly a whole bunch more
That's what I
show
was
up,
thinking,
and
too.
that's when it gains momentum. But there may not have been enough there for him to say, I really think that this could go. I mean, I'm sure that's why he didn't pursue it. He didn't have enough to begin with.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that Candace
That's one of the
did
things that always
get
kind of
charged
makes me
with
scratch my head.
happened after that. So a lot of people talk about if Ray had just prosecuted Sandusky, I mean, I don't think that happened, and I don't know that that's true. I also don't necessarily think
Is that what you're getting at?
well, no. I just frankly, when people blame Ray out on the ship, my job was
There were a
less
lot of
intense
people
than
who
the
enabled
one that
him.
Rebecca
Rebecca
was
was the
doing,
lead
but
someone.
I would go out. I totally agree with that.
All of the
Stop
victims should
drinking
have said
4 hours
something
before your
like
shift, but so
a lot of other
then
people
for those 3
suspect.
hours,
And by the way,
wake up and you
we're
go to
not
your shift.
pointing fingers at
Probably
victims
hungover, you're probably
for
gonna hate
not
yourself.
coming
Oh,
forward.
God,
I
no.
don't
It was
know. I
fun for
understand.
a
I
while.
understand.
I understand why they wouldn't. I
It's pretty
get
easy.
that.
I don't want anybody to be upset by that.
Yeah, and actually, anyway, this is not an episode about Candace. It's totally dark. Yeah, there's a slight rocking. You're in this little cocoon of a flat bunk. It's great.
Yeah, there's also like an extra
I don't have a lot of interest
is
in that
part
case,
of.
actually. But,
We all have to wake
I will
up
say that
and
you
get
can't
ready
talk
for our
about
day,
Greco without
and
talking
then
about Sandusky
commute
because
to the
the
job.
internet.
Yeah, there's no commute.
There's no commute.
So
You could
that was just a little bit of
probably
really
wake
icky
up
background.
20 minutes
I
ahead of
promise
time
it will factor
and
in again.
shower and brush your teeth and have 15 minutes to just
Let's get
figure
back
out
to
where
Ray
you're
Creek,
at.
shall we? Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Get a cup of
Patty.
coffee and a little
And
brekkie.
Patty, yeah. Series, I think,
On
we
April
should talk
15th,
about
2005,
around 11:30.
Unless you want to talk
Ray
about
called
you know,
his
the
long-time
cost of
girlfriend
alcohol
Patty
to let her know that
anything like
he
that.
Yeah, what was the
been
cost of alcohol in
riding
Cuba?
sheet.
It's very unclear.
Oh yeah, you
in
can get
all
a
of
Corona
the
for a
stories
buck
that I've read.
and,
I've read
bottle of wine
that
for like
Patty said he's playing. There's no liquor
entire day.
in our
I've
crew
read
bars.
that
Although I've heard
his colleagues
from
said
other
he
people
was
that
taking
he's
PTL
half a
does.
day, like he's gonna take half a day off.
But I think
I've heard
say that he was
That's how they
actually
make it the
working. I've heard
happiest
that
place
he
on
was driving
earth.
home. I've
Yeah.
heard that he was driving.
I'm gonna get a couple
that he
little
told her that
business
he was driving
housekeeping things
to
somewhere.
Yeah,
All I
that
know
was
is that he said,
First off, I'm driving
like this
stood out
valley,
to me
You're
a lot.
turning red.
for all I
Well,
know.
no, it stood out to me a lot, and
I
I just
that
got really
way
annoyed
somewhere
so I
and
just
say it
couldn't
right off the bat.
He was on his
We
one
don't
of the
know
threads
exactly
on
what was said on that
Reddit
phone
that
we really don't.
But yeah,
was
it's
to
like
an
the
with
beginning
a
of
quote
the
unquote
show
former
Better
cruise ship
social
employee. Yeah,
next to Highway
and
196.
he.
So he was driving down
or
that
this
road.
person
He was,
claims
yeah.
that
No,
he
absolutely,
just,
and
like,
that
dropped
doesn't.
the bodies off
That's
in
not
the
an issue
airport
for
if
me.
somebody
It's
dies
just
on the ship,
what
which is
is
not true.
That I think
You
is
drop it off
very
in the
important
airport
because
to be
there are some things that people
But the
bring
way
up
that it
as
was
being
represented
weird that
that
aren't weird.
whole
He was
debate
coming from
made
work.
it sound like like a cruise.
But if he was playing
Cruise
hooky
line
the entire
so
day,
little
it is
for death on the ship.
Well,
that
but the thing is,
they would
I know
just
Patty said
drop
that
the
he
body.
would just drop him off at whatever little island
Yeah.
and
Which he
dock.
did
He
do.
known,
Yeah, he was known to go take a.
we just
I'm
gotta
not
get
one of
the
those guys,
body
but
off
some
the ship.
people like to
Exactly.
take a
And that is a
3,
blatant
4 hour
misrepresentation.
drive.
I just want to make
and
sure that
just
nobody
drive.
takes it that way.
And he
about this.
loved his
Yeah,
little
it's all
car.
FedEx.
He had a red Mini Cooper.
Yep, and he loved to drive
No,
that thing,
actually
which is
not.
always
Brown
hilarious to
doesn't
me
do
because
that?
Yeah, FedEx.
Also,
I thought
if
he
you
was
read
like
somebody's
5'7"
AMA,
No, he's a big guy. And
that
it always
yes,
cracks
2
me up
years
when I
ago
see
I
big
did
guys
share
Mini
my thoughts
Coopers,
on
except
this
Mini
case
Coopers
on one
fit
of
tall
those threads.
people.
They do.
Which is the
Yes,
amazing
I'm
part about the
saying
Mini
almost
Cooper.
exactly
This episode brought to you
You guys
by
keep asking for
Yeah,
this story,
product
so we're
placement,
gonna
huh?
hurry up.
Yeah, I do think that he was driving on 192.
So now it's really
north,
curious.
or
Now it's
east
really
northeast
Because housekeeping's out of the way.
Lewisburg,
Housekeeping.
because
That's
he was
absolutely
spotted in
First
Lewisburg
theory,
right after.
murder. Yeah, no, there's no doubt in my mind that he was in Lewisburg.
It's
in that
possible, but I
afternoon.
found it-
Whether he
I
told
find it
Patty
really
that's where he was
unlikely.
going or not,
I think it was- I
not
don't know.
sure. Whether
No,
he
it's
was, knocking off work for
You'll
half a day or a whole day, I don't know. All I know is he ended up in Lewisburg that afternoon.
Sorry, that
I'm
was
not concerned
Halloween.
about that.
I know.
timetable at all.
Goodness. Okay.
But again,
so
it does
I've
depend a
read,
little bit.
and you will probably
talk
read
about
too.
that.
From
So,
people
as we
who
said,
were, quote, on that ship,
Patty gets
literally a
home
week
from
before,
work, unquote,
and they said
she
that their
doesn't
cruise was perfectly smooth sailing.
Yeah.
So there's no way that the sea could have been that rough, and
Called
obviously
cell
the
phone
crew is
a bunch of
lying
times.
about it.
Watching
You know what
Netflix.
actually dictates
No, not
the
yet.
sea and the weather and stuff like that?
2005.
The weather.
Maybe drink
Yeah.
beer.
And do you know what is
call
liable
cell
to change
phone a
pretty
number of times.
quickly?
She says it goes straight
The
to
weather.
voicemail,
Oh, yeah?
and then
I'm
finally,
actually
after she had
weirdly
not heard from
defending
him in
it
12
a little bit
hours, which was
because
incredibly
the
unlike
one
him,
time that I went on a
she called
cruise,
the cops. She called 911 and
beautiful
said,
weather the
"My
whole
boyfriend
time,
Ray Creaser
except for the
missing,"
last night
and they of course
heading
said,
back
"Oh
to
crap,
Florida. The DA.
the DA's missing."
Apparently, we went
better
through
get
some
on that.
pretty
What-
rough backwater.
They
So
could've
they're like,
died
we're
off.
trying this
The person
backwater
with
solar
me
system, and then it fails from it being
There are
really, really lucky. I,
on
however,
our planet
had been
that is like
partaking
so
of the
rampant that like
booze
people go to
to
like
the point that
Chernobyl, for
I
instance,
Yeah.
just to like
and
take
was
pictures
telling
of how
kinda
awesome
cool.
it is.
The whole thing,
I
had
just
no
find
idea,
would
so I
find
can
it so
see how
hard to
people
believe
would-
that like
the sea was
if
great
there
the
were this
whole
alien
time.
race and they were
I
like,
never
hey, there's this derelict,
thing.
hotel
I drank
that had this
like a
awesome
half
view
a
in this
bottle of booze.
backwater
But it's
place
also
that like
possible
nobody
that a
really
week
goes
before
to
the
that
sea
nobody
was
would be like,
Well, yes,
hey,
and the sea
let's go
changes
there.
on an hour.
And then be like, oh,
So
weird, there's
Well,
a
that's-
radio
that's-
signal
that's-
coming
that's-
from this
that's-
planet over here.
Yeah,
How weird is that?
They might have just
Really.
hung
I
out there for a
also
while, and then
don't-
when
it doesn't
detected
give
signs
me
of intelligent
such a
life
problem
on
that
the
the
planet
bank card
Earth, they
was
decided to
used.
vacate. No, because
Maybe,
if
I don't
somebody
know.
murdered or
I mean,
tried to take their
I
bank
just
card,
think
they
that,
would've
you
used
know,
it
there were
multiple times, maybe.
alien
And also,
species out there that
I don't know if you guys, I've got a few
that
things
close
with
to us.
Netflix, for example.
That
We
yeah,
don't have
I
to
mean,
give
like,
my card.
exactly.
How do you know it's a
Yeah.
hotel and
Auto
not say like a
withdrawals are
brothel?
the best thing ever.
Yeah, that's so handy,
You
yeah.
never miss a payment.
I
He's not the
know,
one making
I
the
know.
theory out
So it's
here.
just big that. Some
Because,
big
you know,
leaps
one of the things that you do on a
Yeah,
specific
well,
level,
That having
I
been
mean, like,
said,
not everybody does,
that
but it
is
makes
the
life so
end
much
of the
easier to
theories
go in
as
the
to
post office box.
why
You just pay that
these
monthly
spheres
subscription on
are
your
what they
card
are. We've
and
got
pay monthly
natural
fee or whatever.
formation. We've
There's
got
so many
that
things
they
that
were
could
the
be. So
remnants
it doesn't
of
really.
some
We don't
form
know
of life
what
on
it
this planet
was
before
that
us. We've
the
got the
withdrawal was
We,
moon
as
of
I could
Saturn
not tell. I
theory.
mean, it was hard to
there's
tell.
all
A
kinds of
couple
stuff
people I
going
saw
on
online
here.
saying,
Oh, and meteorites.
it's
Can't
bound
forget
to
about
be
description, but I think
yeah.
it's not. I think
And I mean, these are probably the top
because I
five.
wasn't ever
I found
able
a
to find
lot of
anything that
more
substantiate that.
even
Sidebar
the credit card company wouldn't
threads
tell
that
us family.
go into some
Yeah.
theories as to
And
what
sure.
these
you know,
are, but
even
again,
if
it just
even
it
if it
takes
was
so long
stolen
to
and
just go
used
through
one
all of
time,
them.
I mean, it's not.
But that's
What about
that's
like
not.
It's
alien
not so
Pokemon
hard to
pieces
get
or
into other
something?
countries.
I think that would be the remnants
Like
of
they-
prairie civilization. They were children's toys. They
There's
were
a lot of different
Happy
ways
Meal
to make
toys.
stuff.
They,
I mean,
they were
also
they were
the
all dumped
big-
in one area.
That was
That's what it
that much. My boyfriend also
Yeah,
doesn't
come here and
Facebook
dump
that
their garbage
much.
out.
And
So what do you guys?
Yes.
I mean, what's your
emails from
preferred theory
Facebook all the
here on
time
this one?
saying,
Well,
"Hey,
I
please use
can't
access
really-
your account from this place."
I can't choose one
And I
over
think
the
they
other.
do go
I mean,
after
they're
the
all
accounts
equally
that aren't
believable.
used as much
Well,
because
not
it's
really.
people aren't going to notice it.
I'll go with
They're not using
I'll
your
go with the
account.
geologists who say
So
that
if that doesn't-
it's natural concretion for me.
You know, weirdly, is
Blatantly obvious.
evidently
And
they
of course,
do this on
you know, it
regular
might be
basis. I
that
didn't
once
know
again,
this
that
you guys heard about the
Halliburton
recent
and Big
leak
Tobacco
of all the
successfully
LinkedIn
pulled the wool over my
information.
eyes.
I
But,
apparently
you know,
put
but
that
it
back.
seems like with the facts that
And
are figured
Facebook
so
figured it
far,
out because
that
they
looks like
forced
more
me to change my
positive.
personal
Yeah.
account.
Because I feel obligated to.
Right, but they forced you. It didn't
Representation.
Yeah, I feel
But what
again.
if you're alien
I'm gonna
brother?
say
Like, could have
once
attacked
again, once
at any
again,
time
aliens
and would
advocate.
have not
I think
known
it's our
it.
theory.
It's only
I like
because
that
of
theory.
them. I had no
I mean,
idea.
I know that you put it in there because you knew that I would
And
like
those
it.
It's a fun theory.
It's a good. I like. I mean,
very
and
easy.
again, I think
agree
that like
that
one of the big
could have
mysteries
just
that we are always trying to
How
solve
many
as human
times have we
beings
had people try to join our Facebook
because I think
group
there's this
who
like
look like
innate
perfectly
feeling that
normal
like well, we
people?
couldn't
Yeah.
When you
have
review
been
their
bought
online
product.
profile, and then as soon as they get in, they're offering to sell sunglasses,
And everybody,
Ray-Bans
you know,
for
of
super
course,
cheap.
everybody. does.
Yeah,
Exactly. We were
It's
fine.
impossible.
But there's always that.
So I
feeling
guess
of, like,
I'm not so bothered by
a little bit
that
more,
either.
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah,
there's
sometimes
something
people
like
share
a
their
little
passwords
extra
with
there
other
about us,
people.
and
Yeah,
I feel like this is
one
a
thing
great
I was
kind of-
reading about online
a little something extra about us.
was,
So,
and actually,
yeah, we were
So, Alien
point
Arc.
is that
Yeah, it has
I'm
to
there.
somebody
They dropped
loves
it with
dying,
microbes on the planet, and the next thing you know.
passwords.
So here's the thing. They're kind of like pot growers, you know, illegal pot growers that go out to the national forest and drop a bunch of seeds.
Maybe
plant
that's
seeds and
it.
stuff.
Maybe that's why we haven't been visited.
You want to go
Well,
in there?
what I'm saying is
We haven't been harvested yet.
They're going to come back for the harvest. So I would say everybody, all of our listeners, buy guns,
From all
buy
my
ammo.
It was. I mean, it was significantly
think,
later
Steve?
than that. So, I mean, it was
I
in
know,
September,
If I have to
so-
choose, I'm going to
But
go
it
with
would
natural
explain
formations.
having
Although I
But this
could
does
also
nothing
see
to explain
meteorites
the whole
being a plausible one. But
There's
after
not
that,
any
it
good
gets too far for
substance
me.
to the murder.
Well, and again,
to hang
you know,
on.
this is one of
except
those
for the vague
quintessential,
rumor
like,
that
out of place
Rebecca
artifacts,
might have
right?
been in a
In
love
that
triangle
I could
between,
almost see natural
her
formation,
lady love
but
and a
details.
quote-unquote
I could
older man.
almost see this.
I can't.
but
I
for
really
a few
can't find a
details.
source for this.
So I think
I
that's,
can't find
you
any
know,
additional
again,
information.
that's
other
what
than
makes it an
basically
unsolved
that one
mystery.
Yeah,
sentence said
yeah,
it four
that's
different ways.
difficulty with
Basically,
this.
Minnie
Yeah.
found
Well,
out
but
about Mickey and
we're
her.
not about
Yeah,
unsolved mysteries,
something
we're
like
about
that.
solving
That's
unsolved
And
You're
pushed her
wrong.
overboard. Yeah.
Well, think about it.
Not today, buddy.
I think we
No.
decided.
Well, if you want to take a look at some image or two of these spheres, or you want to take go ahead and follow some of the links that we've got.
We'll also have a picture of a basketball out there.
Guaranteed
If you
no
don't
one
know
knows
what a sphere is, no one. Yeah.
You can
Well,
find
where the
that all on
places
our
were-
website.
they were
That
creepy
website
little
is thinkingsidewayspodcast.com. You're going to give us a listen on iTunes, because that seems to be where everybody's coming from. When you're on iTunes, do go ahead and take the time to subscribe, leave a comment, leave a rating.
I mean,
we
the
always like
promenade
to, we always
space,
like to
but
hear those and
they
see
would have
those
to be
things
approved. I mean,
appreciated.
Rebecca was approved.
If
Would have
you
been approved.
forget to download a show and you're running around and you know a new one's come
But I
out,
don't know.
you can always find us
I
on
don't-
Stitcher
since I don't
and
know
listen to it there on your mobile device, streaming it right there. You can find us and like us on Facebook.
And I also
And
know
of course,
that
if you've got something that you want to say to us about this episode, whether it's an agreement, a disagreement, or just you want to suggest something completely different, you are more than welcome to do that. You can send us an email. That email address, as always, is thinkingsidewayspodcast@gmail.com. Okay, well, that having been said,
They're going to be
is
on
all
tape
that
going
we've got.
Oh, yeah.
Problem.
Oh, there's ways around it. Well,
It's
cut the
still rolling around, but I still don't have an
That's not a
answer
thing,
to it.
but
No, I think it's solved.
I mean, they're all like
say if
teams
you
all
if
teams
you
the
are
wall.
or you know, if you are a sex store,
There's not what you see at the
we-
7-Eleven with the big
We want
coax
to
cable
hear your
loop.
story. But so you can just take a
I guess that's a thing, right? Is we
Yeah,
just
because
think about
nobody will
fossils.
ever go, that's weird, this person disappeared, and this
we did. It
line
could have been animal
actually
dropping,
went orange for a while.
That also assumes that there's no
Could've
one
been
here in the
alien
hallway,
dropping.
which I can tell you is not
Right.
true. There
It's
about
time to go,
6
guys.
or 7.
No,
No,
it was alien area.
Well, anyway, but we're off topic
Aliens.
here. Let me get back to what my original point was. Is that if you wanted to murder somebody and you had your own balcony, yeah, you could probably get away with it. There's ways to do it. But if you want to murder somebody down in cruise quarters, How the hell are you
This
going to get your
episode of
body
Thinking
up to
Sideways is
somewhere
not brought to
you
you by
pitch
A
them
Vault Full
overboard
of Gary.
without somebody
Instead, it is brought to you
and
by
I guess
Dark Matter
Maybe
from the
aside
author of
cameras,
The Wayward
too.
Pines.
The addition to that
This
is
crowd
that
comes a new sci-fi
I
thriller
guess you
called Dark
could
Matter, which tells
technically
the
do
story
that
of
off
Jason
Tom
Desmond,
Watson again.
brilliant physicist who was abducted and knocked unconscious by a masked man. When
You
Jason
could do it in
wakes
the
up,
crew
his
area,
life is
except
radically
Walt's
different
guy
from the one he
in the
knew.
crew pool area.
He achieved something he never dreamed possible.
That's why.
I'm gonna pull the famous card, which is you're
What happened to
making a
his old life?
presumption. Okay,
Jason
so
searched
let's
for
say that
answers
somebody
leads
has
on
a
strange
reason
journey and puts him
to
in the
kill her.
crosshairs of a seemingly
Well, that
unbeatable
doesn't
foe.
necessarily
So pick
mean
up a
that
copy
they
of
dumped
Dark
her
Matter by
overboard.
Blake Crouch,
They
now
could
in
have
paperback,
stashed her
and available
in something
everywhere books
that
are
they
sold.
knew was going to
And
go
by
away
CrimeCon,
in a not so well
Indianapolis,
monitored area.
Indiana.
Well, you know,
That's
June
completely
9th to the
possible
11th.
too.
Do you know
It's
how
actually a hell of a lot
dogs
easier.
meet? You know how